So if people would like to come up to the mic and ask some questions, it's open for open audience questions. And if you're tweeting me questions and you're in the room, you should just come and ask the question yourself. And I think there's also some confusion around I won't be answering the questions. So it doesn't matter how thin my walls are. I'm not talking about it.
Yes, 70% of questions.
Yeah, so please someone rock, paper, scissors, and just come up and ask a question.
Hi guys, great debate so far, very friendly. I just had a quick two-part question for you, and I'm really hoping to get a very honest answer. And it's concerning transparency at Dalhousie. There's a student government, and then I'd like to think there's kind of the institution of Dalhousie. I was wondering, in your opinion, where is the university lacking transparency for the students that are on this campus attending this university, from a student union perspective, and then also from an institutional perspective. And I was wondering if you could just answer those questions very honestly, and not so much what you'd like to do about it, but just what's currently not so transparent about Dalhousie University.
And that question goes to Jamie first, I believe. Oh, sure.
Did you want just the university or the DSU and the university?
I was hoping for first part DSU from the student government, and then second part the transparency of operations at Dalhousie at the higher level.
Thanks.
That goes to Jamie first.
On the DSU side, I think a lot of stuff around budget. You know, like most students don't even know that we as executives are paid. Most students don't know that we have $20 a day for free food. I think those are things that are important for students to know, and more importantly, where the other $2 million is going. It's probably more important. So making those budgets as open as possible. There are some issues around staff and salaries, but I think there's a lot of ways around it. On the Dalhousie perspective as a whole, I think Chris has planted the seeds of something really great with a new consultation policy that is being implemented, where fees can't just be increased over the course of a few days. There needs to be a proper consultation process with students, which should lead to much more transparency, essentially.
So kind of echoing what Jamie said about the DSU, I think the financial side of things is definitely where the transparency is most needed, and it's not just about the overall budget, but also decisions that are made in the Board of Operations, for example. So there are sponsorship decisions, changes to the budget, new money being created and all that kind of thing, and so I think that's a key area where students are probably not as engaged as they should be, or as aware of what's going on. And then for the university, one thing that strikes me from my experience this year as an academic is transparency regarding changes and alterations to academic programs. So I do sit on Senate committees that deal with this, so I see it at that really high level, but often I'm struck by a lot of the decisions are coming without input from students. And so, like, people's degrees or programs could be being changed, and they're not even kept up to date until it's already happened. And by the time it gets to Senate, it's almost too late. And so I think changing that culture in the academic and the faculty levels of really engaging students directly would be really important.
Thank you. Jamie?
I think also around the food service stuff is a really representative example of the challenges of transparency, in the sense that right now we're dealing with something very complex in food services where we don't know all the information ourselves, and it seems to me that we're often afraid to kind of open up the book if we're not totally confident in everything. And I think it takes a lot of guts to be able to say, I'm not totally sure, but here's where we're at, and we trust you that you're going to trust us, essentially. And I think I've demonstrated through you.
Thank you, Jamie. Sarah?
That.